Testing, testing, testing.
Test.
Testing, testing. Shut up, test.
Testing. Testing.
Hey,
Hey,
if you like this content, please subscribe,
you can leave a comment.
like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
It's coffee break.
I'm drinking Gatorade this time.
Good for you.
I'm excited because it's my favorite flavor, lime cucumber.
That is the best flavor.
Mm-hmm. I never see them selling in a single pack, so I saw it today at the store, and I was like, hell yeah. Usually you have to get, like, the 6-pack, at least in the store I usually go to.
Oh, really? They don't have that?
Not usually.
Okay. Well, that's lame of them.
It is.
What can you do? Old white boomers shop there.
I know. And they're not going to be drinking cucumber-flavored Gatorade, zero sugar.
If you haven't tried it, it's really good. It's probably their best flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that cucumber changes the game.
I prefer the zero sugar options, because I feel like if there's sugar, it's, like, too heavy, too thick. Especially if you're drinking Powerade. Ugh.
I like Powerade. I grew up with Powerade.
I do too, but not with all that sugar. And I'm not usually that kind of person to be like, oh, because I'll drink like regular, like Coca-Cola. If you hand me a Coke Zero, I'm gonna be like, ugh.
Coke is not that good.
No.
And it's the best soda.
I had one yesterday while we watched the Super Bowl. I was not impressed. It was kind of boring.
Yeah. Just like the Super Bowl itself. Boring. Just kidding. No, that was a great game.
It was fun. It was close.
We came all the way down to the end.
Yeah.
And
But I'd rather have a close game than one that's a blowout.
they sometimes are just blowouts. And that was a really good game. Yeah, the Eagles kind of threw it away right there at the end.
I think, there's a lot of things. I think they got lucky that Patrick got hurt in the second, inning down? Court. Phase? What's the second? There's
Quarter?
4 of them. Yes. You can tell I'm big into the sports, guys.
We don't have to talk about football. Okay? That's not what we're here for. The Chiefs won. Their second time with Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Which is kind of interesting. So you're going to see him a lot. And he'll probably be on the face of Madden next year.
Yeah, because I screwed over everyone last time and put Madden's face on Madden. Which I get it, because he passed away last year. But also, I don't know, you couldn't have had him and also the people who went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Rams.
This was one of the few times where it wasn't Tom Brady.
Well, Tom's retired, so we're done with that.
Yeah, he says that.
He's gone.
Well, he said that last time, too. And he came crawling back away from his family.
He doesn't have a family.
And now he really has nothing left.
So, during the Super Bowl, we got movie trailers.
Yes.
There were also other trailers. Here were some interesting things I found. First of all, to get a 30-second trailer or ad for the Super Bowl this year, it was roughly $7 million.
That's
for 30 seconds.
That's too much, and I feel like Super Bowl ads have gotten worse in quality over the years,
They're not as creative as they used to be.
Yeah, they all tend to be, and a lot of it seems to just be, look how many celebrities we've gotten. We've jammed so many celebrities into this one ad. Wow, did you expect to see Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart in a Skechers ad? I didn't. We paid them a lot of money to be here.
I think the worst one, and we're not really going to talk about ads, we're going to talk about movie trailers. But the worst ad I saw was T-Mobile with Bradley Cooper and his mom. Yeah. That was so dumb.
That was dumb.
When has Bradley Cooper been relevant?
Even though, he does roles, like Rocket, or in that one he did with Lady Gaga a few years back. But, he's never talked about, ever.
No.
And who sat there and went, oh, yes, have it be him and his mom, and she can't get her lines right. Get it? Because she's not an actor. I don't know. A lot of them were just dumb.
It was dumb. So, one of the trailers was Fast and the Furious 10.
Yeah.
I noticed Dwayne wasn't in this one.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Jason Momoa seems to be in it.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is the bad guy. He's the son of a bad guy from a different one.
Cool.
Paul Walker's in it as archival footage.
Okay.
And everybody else is back.
Nice. It's just they dropped Dwayne like a hot potato.
I don't think I watched the last Fast and the Furious, to be honest, because John Cena's in there, and I was like, I don't remember John Cena being part of this team.
It's such.
And then I was looking it up, and he plays Dominic's brother.
Oh, really?
They look nothing alike.
I mean, I don't know. You could have like adopted or different moms or something.
The Fast and Furious franchise is stupid fun.
It's incredible. It's incredible to me how like actually vast and like complicatedly woven the lore is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know that, and I dove in the middle, and I thought it was just gonna be a cute little action movie in Tokyo drifting, and there was so much stuff, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
You watched the worst one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I'm gonna be honest.
No. That was the worst one, and then the second one's the second worst one.
I only saw Tokyo Drift,
which is amazing. They got a fourth movie. It doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And the fourth movie is actually really good because it retcons a lot of the last two.
You gotta watch this franchise. No. It only starts getting really good after the fourth movie.
Because in the fifth movie, Dwayne shows up and he's trying to kill them.
Yeah.
And it's just fun.
This is the 10th?
This is the 10th.
And
There's
they
going
want to
to be
make an 11th?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, sure. Fine. Glad this franchise can live strong. Gives them something to do. Run around and have car explosions.
Yeah. A lot of dumb shit. All the stuff I expect from an action franchise is dumb as this.
Yeah. But at least it embraces its dumbness. Like, it doesn't... Which is a thing I have with, like, Marvel and superheroes, which we'll get to later on, I'm sure, is that they take themselves too seriously nowadays.
Yeah.
No, I just want a fun movie. I don't want another gritty war movie. I don't want another moment of, oh, who's gonna die this time? I just want fun movies.
Mm-mm.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
I've had enough of the Marvel stuff. I'm sick of it.
Good, because we got DC. The Flash.
Ah! No!
This was the one I was waiting for.
For being the thing, like James Gunn and all the like focus group testers were like, oh my god, this is the best movie in the world. It didn't seem that great. It just seemed like a Marvel movie, if I'm honest. Which I know it's DC, but it really felt like a Marvel movie. With the humor, the action.
So, here's my issues with it.
Ezra Miller.
As Ezra Miller, them being in there.
Twice.
Yes, there's two of them. And then Batman's. Mm-hmm. They changed Ben Affleck's armor. He looks a lot more like Christian Bale's Batman. Mm-hmm. And then Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman. This is Michael Keaton's Batman. What I read was Batman and Batman Returns, the Tim Burton films, are canonical now.
I don't...
But Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are not. So this is the same Tim Burton Batman. And because the timeline's all messed up, Michael Shannon came back as Zod. And the Kryptonians are coming to Earth to, I guess, capture Kara, who is Supergirl.
It really feels like someone saw that, hey, we made Spider-Man. And we had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and everyone loved that. What if we did that with all 900 iterations of Batman that we have?
That's very much what happened. Once one picks up the rumor, the other one's like, oh, let's try that. We've talked about this before on Coffee Break, how movies will often be based on the same character, like Tombstone and Wyatt Earp.
Like they'll get, because one studio will catch wind that another studio's doing something.
So they did this. The Flash is supposed to come out like 2 years ago, man. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been in developmental hell. They've lost so many directors, writers, actors.
I wonder if that's why it looks like it doesn't... I don't know
Got
what...
Ezra kidnapping children.
I know. I don't know what tone they're going for. Because it seems so goofy, especially the two flashes, but also, like, super serious and, like, war-heavy, especially when we're talking to, like, Kara and Zod, and I'm like, what vibe are we doing anymore? I'm tired of this action... adventure, but also sad drama and also comedy thing that Marvel really did popularize. We have to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of it. I just pick a genre. Stay in one lane.
My biggest problem with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, there's a scene where he drops down with his cape.
He does not sound happy.
No.
His line delivery. Yeah.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Like, I'm here. I'm doing this shit again.
And he drops down and he picks up one of the armed guards up into the sky and just throws him on the ground and then lands in a pose. Mm-hmm. All CGI.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Michael Keaton's
way too old to be doing this.
At this point.
Why did you get Michael Keaton?
Because the face. To get that name.
Go get the other two.
See, that's the thing. I was like, I have so little interest in this movie because I saw the best Batman movie. And it's The Batman.
Oh,
with Robert Pattinson.
Not The Dark Knight.
No, it's not. Robert Pattinson's the Batman, like, I've seen it 3 times now. Maybe 4. 3. I've seen it 3 times now. It's the best one. It's an amazing movie. Just up and down, and you can't top it. And I definitely don't expect the Ezra Miller, failed director, washed out mess to come close to competing with it.
Yeah, you could say maybe there's something in the way.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Next was Scream 6. I was watching that trailer and I was like, did you see the trailer?
No, I think I missed it. I have no interest.
One of the girls was really, like, familiar to me, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I had to stop the trailer and look it up, and it's Jenna Ortega.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
that's
oh,
right.
God.
Yeah, she did do that, huh?
And now we're going to... Yep, because she's a Scream Queen. And if you're a Scream Queen, you get to be in these dumb horror slashers.
I'm going to be honest, I like Scary Movie more than Scream.
Yes.
With the Wayne brothers?
Yeah.
God, they're fucking funny. Oh my god. It's when they like it's the weird things that you never pay attention to. Like someone does like a weird run as she runs away from her boyfriend and then they mimic it in Scream or in Scary Movie.
Yep. I love that they were always like gay but not gay. Yeah. And then when one dies, the other one dies like straddling over him.
Man, good movies. So much fun. I have no interest in Scream 6.
Neither.
There's not even gonna be like with Halloween where there's a cool ghost song to accompany it. You know?
No, probably not. Transformers 7 Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah, to accompany those rad toys we saw a couple weeks ago.
Yes, you can look up some of the toys. The trailer, his vehicle is a Porsche.
Yeah.
And his name is Mirage.
The Porsche?
Yeah. And his cool thing is he can create mirages of himself.
Neat.
But yeah, Optimus, Bumblebee, and Megatron are all back.
Starscream? Starscream? I like Starscream.
No one talks about Starscream except for you. And this weird story that you fabricated about another person talking about Starscream. And you're like, that's the only time we ever got along. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
He's voiced by Sam Riegel with a horrible voice because he's Starscream. So it's this weird, like, high-pitched, Scream-esque voice.
Is that really Sam?
It is, yeah. At least one of the iterations of him. I don't know.
Okay. There wasn't too much of transforming going on in that. I was like, that's kind of boring.
How about the beasting? Because it's the rise of beasts.
Oh, God. Okay. Then there was another movie, 65.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
It's okay. It has Adam Driver.
Yep.
And he was shooting at dinosaurs.
Yep.
And I don't know anything else. I was very confused.
I'm pretty sure he's from the future and they screw up and they end up back in time. And now they're 65 million years ago.
Oh. Why am I always gonna be killing the dinos?
Because they're evil.
No.
Dinosaurs don't actually exist.
No, shut up. Befriend the dinos. Attach guns and tanks to the dinos.
Dino tanks.
Yes. That's all I want.
Go find Chris Pratt. Kill him.
No.
Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah, we've known about this for...
There's been tons of trailers.
Yeah, I definitely showed
I saw your weird owl beast thing.
Owlbear. It's a classic, iconic Dungeons and Dragons monster. They also have a gelatinous cube in there, I saw, in one of the prior trailers.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
The gelatinous, it's dope.
Okay.
It doesn't move very fast, but it's acid. So if it sucks you up, it's acid. It can be very dangerous.
That sounds like it.
I haven't used a gelatinous cube in D&D. I'm gonna be honest. I don't use most of their actual creatures. I usually just make up my own.
Okay. Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
All the same stuff we saw before.
Yeah.
There was nothing new.
He's looking old. He's looking very old.
Yeah.
Looks like he does not want to be acting anymore. I'm gonna be honest.
Watching it again, basically, I was just like, it's just Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could just watch the good one.
Or the other good one. Or the other good one. Or that really bad one.
Our definition of the really bad one is very different.
What do you mean?
2 is the worst. Temple of Doom.
Get the fuck out of here.
She is so annoying.
Yes, she is.
She's so annoying.
But,
she just screams
But does she
time.
swing in trees with monkeys? This fucking mutt did, and it looks like shit, okay?
I was like, I don't remember which one did that.
Oh my god, I hate number 4.
I don't even remember watching
And I love
it.
Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm a big Alien guy.
That was a weird direction. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they really jumped the shark, which was hard to do because they already tackled like the fucking Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail, but Aliens felt a little too weird.
They always wanted to go in that direction with Aliens.
Yeah.
But I had read other versions that they created before they landed on Crystal Skull, and there was one. It was City of the Gods, which pretty much was the pavement it paved the way to create Kingdom of Crystal Skull, but they didn't go with the Cities of God script.
Damn.
Where he was actually interacting with the extraterrestrials.
So they didn't just show up randomly in the last 3 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then light up their UFO and take off.
Mm-hmm.
So, dumb.
Are action films even like do they do good anymore? Like, because you think about
What
things,
is Avatar?
Like which Avatar? The water one? The blue people?
Yeah. What other Avatar?
The good one, where it's a little boy who blasts wind out
How
of his
is that
hands.
relevant
I don't know.
to this conversation?
Because aren't they making a new Avatar?
Yeah,
live
but I have
action thing?
nothing to talk about it here.
I guess.
I've never seen a trailer. I don't even know who's playing Ong.
They don't
That's
have
how
a
you say
trailer
his
yet.
name.
No, like things like indie were really big back in the day, and nowadays it's like I don't know if people really watch these things anymore. Big action stuff, unless it's attached to a superhero, I
Well,
suppose.
we'll find out this summer
I guess.
when these all start coming out.
True.
There was a cute little promo for the Super Mario movie.
Getting my inhibitions about Chris Pratt's performance just out of the way, because nothing I do or feel will change it. It's looking cute. It's looking like a cute little movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm charmed. I'm not thrilled, but I'm charmed.
They look kind of weird to me.
I don't like Illumination's art style to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's very in line with what they do. It's technically fine. Bouncy. Makes sense.
I just thought it was cool. And if you look it up, there is a whole actual website. Mm-hmm. And I think you can actually call that number.
Yeah, you probably get like a cute little voice message.
Yep. Which is good marketing.
It is. It's classic marketing.
And also establish something in the universe.
Yes.
That they have, they're plumbers, they're brothers.
Yes.
Which we already know, but they left their boss and now they're their own bosses.
Yes. And they have a low budget commercial, which I watched it again, and I noticed all the, like, cute little, like, they got things wrong type deal. Like, there's a point where they turn, and you see Mario mouthing out now to Luigi before they turn. Cute things. Adorable. That's easy to win me over.
Creed 3.
Yeah. I'm excited. I want it. I haven't even seen Creed 1 or 2.
Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut.
Mm-hmm. Which it already looks really good.
And he'll be facing off against Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Who will also is currently playing Kang in the MCU.
Yeah. Great. Phenomenal actor.
Really good actor.
10 out of 10 actor. Oh my god. If you haven't seen Lovecraft Country, you don't even know.
Or The Harder They Fall.
Isn't he in that?
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to see it. I just haven't seen Creed 2.
Yeah, we could watch it. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
But you've never seen all the Rocky movies.
How
are you going to get all the context?
What makes you think I haven't seen all the Rocky movies?
What is the name of the 6th Rocky film?
Isn't it Rocky 6?
No.
Is it Rocky?
No.
What is it?
It's Rocky Balboa.
I knew it was something like that. No, I have not seen all the Rocky movies, but I have seen a lot of them. Not in order necessarily.
Oh, yeah. No, I sat down one summer and just watched them all.
The first one's cute. I like how
First one's cute. Second one's okay. The third one is actually really good. The fourth one's the intense one.
I stopped at 4, because that's where Apollo dies, right?
Yeah, and he's fighting Drogo.
I was very upset that Apollo died, so I didn't want to watch anymore.
I wanted to see Rocky kick his butt. It's just... the story makes no sense.
Yeah, you could tell they were floundering at that point.
My favorite one is the 5th one has nothing to do with a boxing match.
Yeah, it's like...
he gets mad at some other fighter. I forgot what his name is. It's like Tommy Pistol played him. This is the fighter's actual name.
Yeah.
Right? And...
yeah, it's like a back street. Just...
yeah, they just brawl in the streets.
The Rocky franchise feels like the proto version of the Fast and Furious franchise, where it's like you don't expect it to have this much complicated lore and that many sequels.
There's 7 of them.
I thought there was 8.
No, the 8th one is Creed.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's Rocky 5, Rocky Balboa, Rocky.
They really did it that way.
It's called Rocky.
Wow. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's just called Rocky. I could be wrong. It could just be called Balboa.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, but it's about, like, one last fight. So dumb. Yeah, Creed 3 looks fun. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah, I think I've made it pretty clear. I'm not...
I just watched it again. I think Star-Lord dies.
You also think Ant-Man's gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. So many of them are dying and or retiring, and we're making way for this new wave of heroes who have yet to actually get to do anything except for be introduced.
Yep.
And not interact with each other or do anything.
What do you think the Kang dynasty is going to be all about?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for Simu Liu to finally come back. I want Shang-Chi to do more. His movie was 2 fucking years ago.
It was 2 good years ago.
But it was a long 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring him back because I bet people have kind of forgotten about him.
There's a lot of them. Like, I struggle. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, who are all the new heroes and stuff. And I'm like, okay, there's Shang-Chi, there's Miss Marvel, Rambo, Scarlet Witch's kids, if they figure out a way to come back, white version of Vision.
White Vision.
Kate Bishop.
Yep. Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog, the best character.
New Black Widow.
Yeah.
The Red Guardian, U.S. Agent.
Who's the Red Guardian?
Her dad.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah, the Red Guardian.
I never remember. Yeah, there's so many, and none of them have gotten to do anything. Except for it was a miracle that new Black Widow got to hang out with Kate Bishop for a bit.
Yeah, it was a cool way to bring her back.
And it made me like both of their characters more.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed their interactions a lot.
It was also just a really good show.
It was. I want to rewatch it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I noticed it just seems like it's about Star-Lord being depressed.
Which is another thing. Like, all the Marvel movies are just so sad anymore. Like, golly gee. Maybe that's why I liked She-Hulk. Because, heaven forbid, we just have people who are just happy. Mm-hmm. Just hanging out.
Yeah, but it makes sense, because he kind of lost in that last fight.
I guess, but he also sucks.
Well, yeah, that's why he lost.
I don't know. I like the Guardians, but Star-Lord has always been my least favorite part of the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the others infinitely better. They changed Nebula's design, and I don't like it. She looks less robotic now.
She's wearing more clothes.
No, I don't know. It's something about her face plates and whatever.
Oh.
No, I don't know. It might just be that the actress is tired of getting, 7 hours worth of paint on her every time she has to do one of these things.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset, too.
Nebula's funny. I like her a lot. Rhodey, be careful. There's an idiot on the landing.
Scott's tacos are so pathetic.
Scott's tacos.
God, when you just watch the whole thing just flies out.
I watched a VTuber today, or not today, last week, make a taco for the first time, and it was a whole debacle, but he got it constructed, and then he, questioned something, and he went to set it down, and all of the crap fell out of his taco, and he's like, oh, God.
Here in America, we tend to overcomplicate the taco.
We do.
And they're not supposed to be that much stuff on them.
No.
They're not even supposed to be big.
No.
It's really just seasoned meat on a tortilla salsa.
Yeah. Maybe beans. Maybe cheese,
Yeah, but at that point, just make a fucking burrito.
Yeah. If it gets too much to handle within the one taco, just wrap it up.
Yeah. Or just make taco salad.
Yeah.
Okay, shows we watched. Oh, I forgot to put one in there. Vox Machina.
We finished
Vox Machina.
Season 2. Woo!
Good. That third to last episode did not need to be that violent.
It was... No, it needed to be.
But it was pretty gross.
That was how it happened in the original campaign. They're a
violent
but
I'm sure
show.
You don't see that violence. You just hear it because they're just playing D&D.
Well, yeah, but your mind can imagine it. It was actually more violent in the original campaign.
Oh.
Because afterwards, Grog took off Kevdak's head and then kept the head in the bag of holding. It came back later. They did a thing with it later on in the story. No, I think it was fine. It was intense. There's a big, strong, powerful enemy. You gotta show the amount of strength it takes to kill him. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. After my hand, I'm not too keen on seeing the insides of others.
Less, poop jokes this time around, but more violence.
Yeah, no, that had to all do with Scanlan.
Mm-hmm.
Grog a little bit.
Yep. Vax. He started his moody, broody arc.
Is he just gonna be broody the whole time?
He's pretty broody.
Okay. I figured it would be the Whitestone guy.
Percy?
Percy, yeah.
Yeah, you think so, but he gets out of it. He perks up. He just becomes a cute nerd.
He's also he seems to be the leader of them.
They would all argue who would actually be the leader. They don't really have a leader, I feel like.
Okay, well, he seemed to be the only one who was level-headed through the whole season.
Yes, that is true. I mentioned before that I like the other one that they announced, the Mighty Nine.
Yeah.
I like them better because I like all the characters better because we don't have the moody, broody ones as much with the Mighty Nine.
Okay.
There's still some moody broodiness, but generally just more fun characters, in my opinion.
So I've read a little bit of what they have to go through before the end of the campaign. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say there's going to be at least 4 to 5 seasons.
Maybe, because there's the rest of the dragons.
Yep.
And then there's all that shit that happens afterwards. But I don't know. They condensed a lot of this first... Killing Umbrasyl took a lot of time in the original campaign. A lot of shit. And they cut out a bunch of it getting to this point.
Why?
I was just like things that didn't necessarily add more to the story.
Okay, yeah. So it's just a dumb campaign.
No. It's like improv. No, you just condense things down. So it's like translating a book to film.
Yeah.
That's a long book. It's only an hour-long film. You got to figure out which things to condense or cut down, how to emphasize different aspects of it.
True.
And to be fair, they kept all the important parts. It's mostly just like side characters that they cut out. A lot of the side characters, which I'm happy with. Okay. They weren't always great side characters.
We also finished up Velma.
We did. We watched the rest of Velma.
Here's what I have to say about it. The first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes are the worst episodes.
Yes.
Literally the middle of that season is tolerable.
Yeah.
But
not good.
When you find out who the villain is, and we were right, it was someone we knew, but for no reason at all.
Arbitrarily, suddenly, in like the last episode, Velma like notices all these contrivances that point her to who the villain was.
Yep.
Out of nowhere. I'm like, why did we have 10 whole episodes if we had no clues until the last one?
Somebody on Twitter was showing a scene where they're going into a cabin, right? And it starts to show you, like, oh, it's underground. And there's a skeletal structure in there. And it's Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck you, Velma.
That was their whole point of the tweet, was fuck this show.
Fuck you.
But it's okay. If you didn't like Velma, I got good news.
Yeah.
It just got renewed for season 2.
No. No.
So you guys keep hating it, but here's the thing. You keep hating it, they're going to keep making more of these damn things.
I know. That's the thing.
It wasn't because I went there and watched the whole thing. There's no way that many people watched it.
I don't think that, because I saw a lot of people watched the first 2 episodes.
Yes, and then left.
Yeah, I know only a very few amount of people that actually kept watching after that. Was all of the views for the first 2 episodes all they needed to get them to renew it?
I mean, it was big.
I don't know.
It wasn't Last of Us big. But are you going to talk about Scooby?
If you're jamming for some good Scooby stuff, over the weekend we watched Scooby-Doo Straight Out of Nowhere, the crossover movie with Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
It's called Straight Out of Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
It was amazing.
When you told me about this, I was like, that doesn't exist. I would have known about this.
I've seen a couple of clips of it before, and each clip I saw cracked me up. And I was just mentioning it to you. And you're like, we're watching this now.
Yeah, I love Courage. I love Scooby. And it's real.
Yeah.
It's really funny, too. It really does come straight out of nowhere.
It perfectly captures both Courage and Scooby.
And they can coexist.
And it was just so refreshing. Especially after how crap Velma was. Just seeing the real characters.
Literally watching Velma and then watching a Scooby-Doo, a proper Scooby-Doo, it was so bizarre to me because I was like remembering exactly what Scooby-Doo was. And I was like, oh yes, this is how they interact. This is how they talk to each other. This is
their actual strengths.
The shenanigans they get up to. Yes, their strengths. Nowhere in there is a stupid racist joke for no fucking reason.
Nowhere in there is a weird-ass joke that references some celebrity thing that I barely understand at best.
There was no sexism in it.
No. There was no insisting that Velma is this horrid, ugly person.
Yep.
Just because she's short, has curly hair, and wears glasses, apparently.
There wasn't really violence either.
No. Well, there was a fucking dope-ass car chase sequence.
Yes. Oh my god. Fast and the Furious needs to watch that and know how to get it right.
It was when Eustace's truck, like, bitch slaps the Mystery Machine, and the Mystery Machine just, like, tumbles 700 times. And then Fred manages to get it back on its wheels and then drives around a fucking mountain. It was amazing. It was great.
when Eustace's truck is hitting them, it, like, smashes into it, like, twice, then waits a little bit, and then hits it even harder.
Hell yeah.
It's like when kids are playing toys. That's the way it goes.
It really was like, maybe we should, like reel this back, make it a bit more realistic. And then one animator sat there and went, fuck that, more.
Yeah.
More intense.
That was a fun one. And then The Last of Us.
Yeah, we watched episode 5.
Last time we hadn't watched 3 or 4 either.
Oh, we've watched all the episodes.
We are caught up.
Great show. I'm loving it. It is 10 out of 10 for me.
Episode 3. So they changed things. I don't want to give away spoilers for those who are waiting for the whole thing to come out or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you just don't have HBO Max and you're just kind of waiting for that. It is as good as everyone's saying.
Yes.
The 3rd episode, I think I didn't need that much of the relationship.
I appreciated it. It was cute.
Talking about the bedroom scenes.
Very romantic. It was cute.
But yeah, spending that whole time with Frank and Bill was really good.
It was. I tweeted about it. I was like, this deserves awards. And it really does.
It probably will. It will probably go down in history as one of the greatest gay episodes ever made.
It should. Because, damn. It not only beautiful, thrilling, great cinematography and directing, the acting, all of it. 10 out of 10. Music, story structure. The way it bookends itself.
Yep.
In a smart, beautiful way. I cried.
It made me depressed. Like, I was feeling sad. I was like, that's a sad life.
I felt that after episode 5. Episode 5 was hard.
Episode 4 was fun. We got back to Joel and Ellie.
A lot of cute, funny moments with them.
And they made it to Kansas.
Yeah.
Very cute, funny moments. Very scary moments.
Yes.
Where Joel gets to do what he does in the video games.
Mm-hmm. Those just intense scenes. But it's so smart. I love this show so much. And I didn't think I would. I thought I would enjoy it a lot. Because I knew it was going to be well made. But damn.
You're just in for a ride now?
I'm like, every time I turn all the lights off so I can see it real good.
I would have to say at the end of episode 3, it seems like the way they wrote this show is just abandon all hope there.
Maybe.
Because the way episode 5 ended, it was just tragic.
I like how they're changing things because I don't know how the game works, but I think it would be thrilling to not necessarily know. Like, you have played the game. Mm-hmm. You know how the story goes.
Yep.
And so you have some expectations, and then they can still pull the rug out from underneath you. But in a way that doesn't feel like they're betraying their source material.
Yeah, no. They said if they can change it to make it better, then they would. If they can't, they just stick to the game.
Mm-hmm. I really liked that Sam was deaf, and also that the boy who played Sam was actually deaf. That was cool.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, it was cool seeing like people with disabilities still getting to act, and he was a good little actor.
What do you mean Chris Pratt is still acting?
What's his disability?
I don't know. Pick one.
Being insufferable? Yeah. That's not a disability. That's just
lying to everyone? That's not the voice?
Woof. It's a me, Mario.
Supporting certain religious groups?
Look. So religious groups that spend, was it like $20 million?
To hate trans people?
To make a commercial for the Super Bowl. And
yes.
Every single person I've seen has been like, so rather than take that $20 million you have in excess funds and, like, I don't know, give it to hospitals or schools or help save lives.
Yeah.
You made a commercial to try to convince us Jesus is super rad. This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, I don't think Super Bowl commercials is how you're going to get people to come back into church.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I can't
think
imagine the kids being like, "Oh yeah, Jesus is so cool. It was on the football."
Yeah. But then again, here's the thing. And if you live there, I'm sorry, but the Midwest
Yeah.
of America,
Yeah.
I don't understand them.
I don't either.
I can understand an East Coast person.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm from the West Coast. Like, there's a difference in our thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. But when I talk to Midwest people, I'm like, you're not really an open book, are you? You're missing some pages. Okay.
Oh.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, this happened randomly in the middle of the week last week.
And I twirled on the floor, giggling and laughing and saying, suck it.
I'm excited.
Resident Evil Death Island was announced. It is the 4th theatrical film in the series. The first one being Damnation, the second one being
Degeneration?
Degeneration, Damnation, Vendetta, now Death Island.
So that 1v1 in the middle there.
Vendetta's awesome, though.
It is, but you couldn't have stuck with a D name?
My boy is coming back, Leon S. Kennedy.
I'm excited for both Chris and Jill to be in this one.
And Jill. Jill's a new one, because Chris was in Resident Evil Village. Mm-hmm. Chris was in Resident Evil Biohazard.
Yep.
Chris was also in Vendetta.
Yeah.
But now we're getting Jill after all this time.
Finally.
The last time we saw Jill was because they remade 3.
And it seems to be going with her 3 remake design.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It looked almost exactly the same, if not exactly the same, which I'm fine with. It's a good design. You were almost a Jill sandwich. You have to say it every time.
It will take place in San Francisco and Alcatraz.
I'm excited. Big ass zombie shark. I was like, the moment I saw the shark underneath the boat, I'm like, yes, zombies.
I'm just excited to see Leon.
Mm-hmm. I like these films a lot. They're fun stuff.
They are. Mm-hmm. They are better than the live action.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, lots of people hate these animated films, and it's like, are you an actual fan?
I feel like they try to watch the first one, which I'll admit isn't great.
Oh, it's rough.
The lip syncing isn't amazing. Leon looks weird, and also the story starts really stupidly.
Yes, it does. The problem with Leon in that one is they didn't get models right. This came out when I was in high school, and I haven't been to high school in 10 years. So it's been more than 10 years. They didn't have the modeling technology that we have today. Mm-hmm. And the guy they used for Leon, instead of using...
They used his Japanese voice actor as their model, didn't they? Yeah. So he has this weird, like, slightly Japanese, like, style to him.
Yep.
But they also looked like they tried to make him look like how he does in the game. It's a weird face. So, yeah, it doesn't look right.
He's a weird amalgamation of being Caucasian, yet inherently Japanese.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't look, it's a weird look for him.
And then they finally got Matthew Mercer.
Yeah.
And now he looks like Matthew Mercer.
Woo!
What do you say?
A little bit.
They look similar.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. A couple of different features here or there, but yeah.
Like, yeah, their nose is different, but...
I guess that's the most prominent feature. It's his eyes.
There was a joke about... It was to Matthew. It was on G4 back in 2012. He was talking about Resident Evil 6. And he has long hair, right? Mm-hmm. But at that time, he literally just only had, like, hair down to the bottom of his chin.
Oh.
And they're like, you even look like the character. And he's like, yeah, I know. John Constantine 2, starring Keanu, is actually still in works, despite the fact that it's not on the upcoming slate of DC films, and...
Why?
Warner Brothers has confirmed this. There was rumors. This is the weird thing. Let's get back to Warner Brother Discovery.
Yeah.
Because the things I've been reading is so confusing.
It's all just sequels? Like, weird sequels.
Weird sequels that nobody wants.
Yeah.
There's supposedly... It's a rumor, but really it's like a... Not a rumor, what's got more validation than rumor, but be in between rumor and truth.
I don't know.
Okay. There's some validity to this.
Okay.
That James Gunn was hired and announced this DC slate, right? Mm-hmm. In hopes, and also they're going to reboot Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah. No, they're really going to reboot this thing. And they haven't announced it yet. They will soon. And it's to make WBD look appetizing for potential buyers. And they want either Apple or Amazon to buy them.
I don't know. Warner Brothers, if you're hemorrhaging, maybe stop making such stupid decisions.
I can't believe that they got this bad.
I know, and it doesn't seem like they should, because they're Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They're the ones in every single movie you watch. There's a WB in the beginning of it.
when you go to film school, they teach you of the big six.
And they're like the second biggest behind Disney, of course.
Maybe. That might be something to argue. There was a time where they were big, right?
True.
One of the big six was also Fox, 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, now it's the big five.
Yeah, because Disney consumed them, but Fox fucked up so bad that they couldn't exist, so now Disney does that.
I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers is now screwing up so bad. It looks like, yeah, I mean, if Amazon or Apple, I would say Amazon, right?
Probably.
Were to buy them, you would no longer talk about Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
It would be now Amazon Originals.
That'd be so weird. I don't know, but like, okay, so the Ruby Justice League crossover trailer got leaked. And I'm like, if this is the shit Warner Brothers is funding, no wonder they're fucking failing. It looks so bad. I should show it to you. It looks so uniquely bad. And Ruby already looks bad. I didn't think it could look worse. I could look more flat. The designs of the characters are awful.
Oh, well, I've already seen pictures of them.
Yang's boobs is like 3 times the size of her head because she used to look like she had a big chest, but they don't know, I guess, fucking physics anymore, and they don't know how to make it look that way.
So this is cool.
It's just like, oh, fucking jeez. The voice acting's horrid.
So, more with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I just keep finding more and more things, and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense what's going on here. A while ago, it was reported, and we talked about it on this podcast, that HBO Max and Discovery Plus would fuse together.
Yeah. A thing we were both excited about.
And I was like, that makes so much sense.
Like, we only need to pay for one service.
Yep. And you know what? The place where I can watch Ghost Adventures or Destination Fear or Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. Don't look too deep into those. And, you know, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And Peacemaker and Our Flag Means Death.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, right? All in one. But here's the thing. They've now decided no. Some things are coming over to HBO.
Oh, Jesus.
Some things are staying on Discovery Plus. They're not going to get rid of Discovery Plus.
This is so...
They have a fear that if they get rid of Discovery Plus, they'll lose 20 million subscribers.
Jeez.
Yeah, he pointed out this number in this article, and I was like, 20 million? How do you determine this? And they just put out surveys. This comes in the heat of Netflix doing their thing. They just started the crackdown in Canada. Have you seen how well that's going?
I have not. I imagine poorly.
People have lost access to Netflix, went to social media and said, I will never support you again.
It's almost like when people sit there and go, don't do this, it will be very bad.
You will alienate your own people.
And then they go, we're going to do it anyway, because I think we'll make an extra $1. And then they lose hundreds of bucks. Gee, it's almost like we fucking told you.
You know what's funny? You know what they're calling Netflix now? The new Blockbuster.
Ooh.
What I find
do you taste
so
that? Irony.
so beautiful is Blockbuster's dead because of Netflix.
Yeah.
And for Netflix to be called Blockbuster? Huh. And you're losing business like this?
It's like, oh God, Netflix was already not doing great. This was the worst thing they could have done. After the success of
Stranger Things 5.
Yeah. After the success of Stranger Things and Wednesday, this was their opportunity to really, like, be like, no, we're finding our footing. We're getting it. We're still gonna be in this race. Yep. And instead they went, we're just gonna make 90% of the people who have us not want us anymore. Great idea. Yeah. So smart. Oh my God.
I don't know what Netflix is going to do next, but I thought this was interesting about Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. A lot of my stuff this week was about Warner Brothers because I was doing a lot of research and it just kept popping up and more shit is just coming through and I'm just like, this makes no sense. Gunn has no intention to make these DC films.
But also, like, here's
and
the
that
thing.
Supposedly he has a secret slate of newer films that he wants to make.
This makes me think there's multiple people trying to say something and they don't actually know what they're talking about. Like, Gunn will walk up and he'll say something, but someone else doesn't get the memo, and then they say something, and then someone else doesn't get the memo, and then they say something, and so we have this, like, nonstop barrage of just contradictory information, and, like, they're also, like, changing their plans on a whim, It seems like. I don't know. No wonder they want to be bought out.
It's so weird. So next is the Nintendo Direct. Of course, right after last week, we talked about Nintendo and how awesome the Directs were, and decided to just drop one right there.
As you were editing, you were like, there's a new Direct coming out.
Yeah, and I was like, really? I just fucking recorded this episode. Mm-hmm. So we got a closer look at Link. Legend of Zelda.
That was the big thing. Ugh. I'm not interested.
I'm going to tell you, I don't like Breath of the Wild that much.
No.
And I'm not paying $70 for a vertical simulator of the same thing.
It doesn't even... It looks no different. First of all, it boggles my mind how it looks exactly the same, but it took fucking 4 years to make. And... it doesn't look... Yeah, Matthew Mercier's the voice of Ganondorf. That's not enough to get me to want to buy this game. Especially at $70. And I know everyone else is going to gobble it up and they'll be like, oh my God, this is the best one ever. Because they always do that whenever there's a new Zelda game. And I'm just not interested, which sucks. Because I haven't been interested in a Zelda game for a very long time.
It's true. They somehow, after the disappointing... not even success, but the disappointment of Skyward Sword, they went off in this different direction, and they've lost what Legend of Zelda was.
Yeah, I think they've flown too far. It's that, and they keep doing this. Nintendo, just in general, where either they'll do something completely off the wall, like always this big open world concept thing. And it's just so far off the deep end, or they'll be like a one-to-one recreation of the like original style. I'm like, we got room to wiggle in the middle here.
True. More Pikmin 4 was announced.
Yeah.
We get Ice Pikmin.
Mm-hmm. You get this cute little dog.
Yep.
Thing
that can travel across water for you.
Hell yeah.
They're bringing the Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance games over.
Mm-hmm. None of the ones I care about, though, which is disappointing.
Well, it's cool that they're now doing it.
That is cool, yes.
Hold on.
A lot of, like... I didn't know Xenoblade was getting DLC.
Me either. I didn't care.
Also, they're like, Fire Emblem DLC. And I'm like, I don't care.
Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp
Woo.
will release this April 21st.
Yeah.
After being delayed.
At least it's finally coming out.
Yeah, finally coming out. Metroid Prime Remastered.
Yeah.
Which they just dropped right there on us. And they're like, oh yeah, you can just go buy it right now. And it's like, what?
Don't you need an online pass for it?
No, you can just buy it.
What?
It's $40.
Wow.
So if you want a game that's been remastered, but it's still the same
yes.
as the GameCube 2002 version, give me $40.
Yeah.
Don't plug in your GameCube.
Which definitely still works. Like,
yes, they still work.
they're very good consoles.
Very, very sturdy. I didn't see anything else I really wanted to talk about.
From the Direct?
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff. There's a
lot of indie games and stuff coming out.
Fantasy Life. That was neat to hear about.
But Mario Kart courses.
Yeah. I played Fantasy Life on the DS, and I was not impressed with it. You know, it looks cute, but I don't know. Yeah, nothing. It was a neat. For being so long, there wasn't much anything I was that interested in. But it doesn't look awful.
New releases this week. I haven't done this in a while. I know.
There hasn't been enough to bother talking about.
Ant-Man.
Yep.
This Friday or Thursday.
We're planning on seeing it sometime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. It depends.
We can talk about that off the podcast.
Yeah.
Star Trek Picard Season 3 comes out.
Season 3?
I know, we didn't even finish Season 1.
I was not impressed with it. It didn't feel like Star Trek. It felt like someone's weird fan fiction.
There were some weird things to it.
I wasn't a fan.
Carnival Row, which is a show on Amazon.
I have no idea. I have never heard of
it
this.
gets a second season.
Hooray!
And then there's a new game called Wild Hearts.
Wild Hearts?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I was curious about this too. And I was like, how did this slip through the cracks? Monster Hunter.
Okay.
But instead of fighting like normal monsters, right? You're fighting animals that are infused with nature.
Whoa.
And you fight in this, it's called, I'm not even gonna get the name right, but it's basically feudal Japan, but like a fantasy version of it.
Whoa! That's, what's it on?
PlayStation and Xbox and PC.
Damn, that sounds cool as
But
shit.
you gotta go check out some of these beasts, because I was looking at them today, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Damn.
Like a pig that's kind of like made out of like branches.
What?
And it's giant too.
Ooh, I was thinking about Monster Hunter today.
Yeah.
I looked up lava caverns in Google Images for a thing I'm doing.
And it came up.
It was it was like one of the top. It was the one I used because it was so pretty looking too.
Yeah. Did you go fishing there?
You can go fishing there.
I know.
No,
When I go fishing.
I don't usually go. I don't use the arrows or whatever, so I don't need to go fishing.
Okay. Way to rub that in.
I mean, I'm just gonna be over here with my two dual swords.
I didn't see any gameplay. I had the option to watch gameplay of Wild Hearts. It's up on IGN. I saw. You could probably find it on YouTube.
I imagine it's a lot like Monster Hunter.
I wanted to, but I thought that was kind of cool. Monster Hunter's fun. I've only played 2 of them.
It's an exhausting game.
It is.
It's
very cumbersome.
It's tiring. It is very tiring.
Every time I come back from a trip, I'm like, how long was it? An hour and a half? How?
I remember it was getting to the point, there was one I played on the 3DS, played it so much. And I was grinding, killing this giant crab monster because I wanted the armor. And every single time, it would take 2 hours to kill it. Because it would have the full time limit for you.
Yep.
And it was so strong, and I had to do so much, and I would almost run out of time every single time. And I did it like a couple times in a row, and I'm like, it feels like I ran a marathon. I don't know if I could keep doing this.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, though.
So here we are at the last segment.
Box office trolls.
Box office trolls.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh! I didn't know this movie had come out yet.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
The whole day's catching up with me.
I'm tired too. I'm ready to sleep.
Number 1, Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Woo!
Coming in at 8.3 million.
Hooray!
Number 2, Avatar.
Boo! Boo.
Not even gonna tell you that number because we already know how big it is. Number 3. This is
What?
such a fucking cop-out.
Fuck you.
25-year anniversary Titanic.
What is this new trend of them just re-releasing old movies for
Well,
like
you know,
anniversaries?
if you like James Cameron's Way of Water, you gotta watch the first water movie he made, which I don't even think it is. I thought Abyss was.
Where he was so salty that people kept saying there was room for Jack on the door.
That he actually recreated the scene to
also,
prove it.
I still don't believe him. Like, that bitch, whatever her name was, Emily?
Rose.
She's tiny. And Jack, also, not that big. There was plenty of room for both of them to hobble onto that door.
Yeah.
Or at least, like, share being, like, in and out of the water a little bit. You know?
You wouldn't want to get in the water and get out.
I guess. There was room for him. There was a ton of room for him.
There was also no reason for him to just drown. Bodies don't drown.
Yeah. It's like you float, you know?
Even if you froze, he had hypothermia, right? You don't drown.
Yeah, you float. That's what makes it sad.
So, I mean, if this fucker wants to say he knows the way of water, I don't think so.
Anyway, on to the Fire Nation.
Yeah, the Seed Bearer. Literally, I was looking up upcoming films.
And this
The
time...
first picture is that stupid she shell thing. You've seen it with the yellow background?
Yeah.
It looks fan-made or whatever.
It does.
It really does. Avatar 3 2024. And I'm like, you know, I meant, like, this week.
Not in my nightmares.
Yeah, not potentially coming out and probably never happening. 80 for Brady.
Boo. What a loser.
Puss in Boots: The Last Witch. Knock at the Cabin.
Okay.
A Man Called Otto. Missing. Megan. Plane.
Well, he's been in here for a long while.
There's nothing else coming out except for Magic Mike.
Ant-Man. Ant-Man's gonna top the charts.
Yeah, Ant-Man's gonna finally knock this shit back down, right? But it's gonna be Ant-Man and Magic Mike. I mean, I was looking at all the other movies. There's like 7 other movies.
Yeah.
Tell me one of them.
I have no idea.
Without looking it up, tell me one of them. You guys can't.
Nah.
I can't even tell you after looking at them.
I didn't even know Magic Mike was this week. I thought it was sometime down the line. I guess it makes sense because it's the Valentine's Day movie. What,
Sure.
You don't want to go see hot, sexy Channing Tatum dancing on a very wet stage? That is the one thing I've noticed, is how, like, much water is on the stage as they're, like,
he's a stripper.
flailing around. Well, in the trailer specifically. And I'm just like, I don't know, that feels like a safety hazard. You're gonna slip and fall.
I was gonna do the top 15 because numbers don't really matter anymore because of Avatar. Number 10, Plane. Number 11, Pathin. Number 12, The Amazing Maurice. Number 13, Consecration. Number 14, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
42 weeks? Oh my god!
47.
47 weeks? Holy
Still going strong.
shit.
And number 15, Women Talking.
Wow. That's a lot of shit.
That was.
47 weeks? How many months is that? There's 52 weeks in a year. It's almost been a year.
How can it be running like that?
I don't know.
Also, you can stream that. If you guys need to stream it, if you haven't watched it, I'd highly recommend it. It's going to win a lot of awards this year.
Good. It deserves it. I enjoyed it.
It's also just not...
Oh, the dogs are awake.
Excuse me, I was talking.
Hello.
It's on Showtime. You can find it on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to call it right there.
I think, we've been here for over an hour.
Yep.
I'm hungry and tired. You're hungry and tired.
Hey, it's Valentine's Day. This is the Valentine's episode, but we don't celebrate Valentine's. We've talked about it. We think it's stupid.
Like many things.
But if you are celebrating Valentine's Day, I hope it goes well. I hope it's as magical as you want it to be.
Hell yeah.
Make smart decisions.
Yup.
If you don't celebrate Valentine's or you're just lonely, don't worry. Ant-Man's coming out.
Hell yeah.
You can watch that by yourself in theaters.
Or Magic Mike.
Match. Maybe, I don't know, Paul Rudd versus Channing Tatum. You gotta figure that one out. Maybe double feature?
Ooh.
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 Okay, bye.
Bye.